Hello, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
He's up to some shit right now. Okay. Let me get my podcasting face on.
Perfect.
Ugh.
Oh, it wasn't on yet. Whoops.
I had to take my other face off first, and that was was sort of the painful part. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see here. Do you have the thing open? Let me drink a sip of this. I have an Angry Orchard here.
A refreshing beverage.
Yeah, let me get back in the zone. All right. Hey everyone, welcome to Animal Genius World. This is a podcast by animals for animals. I am your host Nirav, and I'm joined by my co-host Annie.
Hello.
And each week on the show, we pick a different animal to talk about, walking the fine tightrope between scientific and casual. And this week, slug life.
Slugs.
Slugs. You know them, you love them, you hate them. They're everywhere. What are you gonna do?
What
So
are you gonna do?
when I started doing this, putting this together, I was thinking, oh yeah, slugs. Yeah, I know what those are. Those little like long things. And it turns out that there are possibly thousands of species of slugs. There are actually so many that no one's quite sure. And so, it looks like more. If you were to pick a random animal out of a hat of all the animals there are, I think the chances that it is a slug are actually higher than it not being a slug.
Yeah.
Um, so Annie, what do you know about slugs?
I know that they're like snails, but they don't have shells. And that salt is bad for them, and to get rid of them in a garden, you put beer cans out.
Beer cans. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did see a thing about that. Which and also coffee grounds apparently. But anyway, we'll get to that. So slugs are essentially in I'm being very reductive here, but for the purposes of this conversation, any sort of any gastropod that does not have an exterior shell is a slug. So there's snails, and I feel like snails are kind of the more glamorous of the two. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. They got a house.
They have a house that goes on their back. Um, and on top of that, they actually are like, I don't know, I feel like they have a little more charisma. You know what I mean?
A little more oomph.
Yeah.
The old
A little
razzle
more,
dazzle.
yeah, they're a little sexier.
Ugh.
And so anyway, we're talking about we're talking very generally about slugs today because there's a lot of things here that and I'll try to specify some of them, but like a lot of the stuff we talk about is like some slugs are like this, but other ones are like this, and other ones are like this. So we try to keep it to the general stuff that is like sort of true of all of our friends here. And I did find a very fun news article for when we get into that, so that's good.
Also, I feel like we should say that this week is going to be basically all Nirav.
That's what people have signed up for.
Yeah, thanks.
And the-
Because I am just now getting over COVID, and
Right.
so I have been laying on a couch face down for 5 days.
Are you supposed to be face down, or should you be the other way so you can breathe?
I was hoping I would die.
Okay.
Alas, here I am.
Yeah, but despite your best efforts, here you are. Yeah. So I'm gonna mostly need you to sort of like make reaction sounds.
Okay.
Could you do one just for
Uh-huh.
practice? Okay, that was pretty good. All right.
Oh no, wait.
Don't use up all your reaction juice right now. We haven't even started. All right. So everyone's been talking about slugs recently. Everyone's been talking about it. They've been all over the news because everyone's got slug fever. By the way, you have no idea how hard it was to find news about this because finding news about slugs is basically completely overshadowed by baseball facts and also people punching each other on the subway.
Oh, because they're like slugging each other.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is the thing.
And then like I finally get through the baseball stuff, and then there's people talking about machine gun ammo, and I'm like, show me the slugs.
I came here for the slugs.
Yeah, actually, I did not look into that, but that would be a good thing. We'll pull that up. I want to know why they're called where they're like a slugger came from in baseball, or like punching somebody. Okay, so Yeah, let's jump in. So Annie, this is going to be your contribution. Could you describe to me an alien what a slug is? But without using like other animals as reference. So don't tell me it's just a snail without a shell.
Okay. Can I use other references that aren't
Nope.
animals?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so it's like an underfilled sausage.
God. All right. Well, so the next thing, let's move on. So, slugs, which we're mostly going to be talking about land slugs today because sea slugs kind of operate on a whole other level.
Because that's
Um,
my thing.
yeah. Annie wants to talk about sea slugs. Um, so basically, anything that is like apparently shellless, which I say apparently because I discovered today that a bunch of slug species have a shell inside of their body that doesn't do anything. So great. It's just a lot of slugs have a vestigial shell that is unhelpful. Um,
Yay.
yay. So again, we don't see this. You can't see the shell. It's not a snail. Um, so there's a lot of different families of land slugs. Like I said, there are scientists say that there are somewhere between 400 and 1,000 species of snails. Is their best guess? Or sorry, of slugs.
Hell yeah.
Um, so again, I'm gonna go ahead and we'll talk about this at the end, but like I'm gonna go ahead and say on our endangered meter, probably the least endangered guys we've got so far. Um, but anyway, so the slugs are basically, like I said, just anything without a shell. They've got a weird body though. You've seen them around. I'm hoping
Have.
everyone I'm hoping everyone has seen slugs because to the best of my knowledge, they are apparently available everywhere on Earth. Um, they don't seem to have like a specific kind of habitat. There is some form of shellless gastropod living everywhere. Um, so yeah. Anyway, so you got the tentacles, right?
Yep.
Love the tentacles. So those are the eye stalks. These are called tentacles, and there's an optic nerve at the end of these tentacles, which is of course their eyes. Um, and slugs have a sort of like special vision, which is to say not good.
Their own special kind of vision.
So like they like and a lot of other invertebrate creatures have this same kind of optic nerve situation where they don't have eyes the same way that you and I do, but they basically can see light and darkness and make out like shapes.
Well,
Um,
both of us wear glasses, so you could say the same thing about us too.
Even if I take off my glasses, I can still tell where Ellie is. Hold on.
Where is Ellie?
Uh, hmm. I'm gonna put these back on so I can keep reading the outline. You know, in a perfect fucking what is the word I'm looking for? That
World?
no,
Universe?
in a perfect world where where what is the thing where like they filter out bad genes from the gene pool?
CRISPR?
What? What did you say?
CRISPR. That's the technology that they would use to do it. But no, you mean it starts with an
Right.
E.
Yeah, it's
Eugenics.
eugenics. Thank you.
That's
Yeah,
the only time I will ever say eugenics excitedly.
eugenics. Yeah,
Eugenics.
if eugenics had their way, Annie and I would both be dead for fucking
Yeah,
glasses having faces.
that's true.
Um, so like I said, these are light sensors. And then there's actually a like upper pair of tentacles, and then you'll see a smaller lower pair. So the lower pair is kind of like for feeling stuff out, and those are kind of their nerve sensors on there. Those are both retractable, which is kind of fun. So you just like zoop. But yeah, it's like slugs can actually retract their eyes like into their bodies, which I feel like I've seen before. Um, although I have to say I haven't like spent a lot of like hands-on time with slugs recently. I would say as a kid, maybe a little more.
Yeah, I
Um,
spent a lot of time with slugs as a kid.
they were my only friends.
Yep,
That's why I became the slugger. I think that could be a Batman villain.
probably. Do you think it's baseball related though?
Oh yeah. Oh. Oh.
no one would be able to look him up on the internet because all
That's
it would
true.
be.
Terrible SEO. So the mantle is the top of the slug behind the head, and I like that Wikipedia described it as saddle-shaped because now there's definitely a small man like riding this slug around.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
Underneath that mantle is the genitals and the anus, all just sort of bunched in there.
Is the genitals the way that you said
Is
that?
I know you were like waiting, like where are they on the body? Like,
Where are they?
um, so one side of the mantle is a respiratory opening, which when it's open actually looks like a visible hole you can see. Um, and then obviously the rest of the slug, is the same for snails, which you probably know already, is called the foot.
Mhm.
Basically, the bulk of the body is its foot.
Yeah.
If you were to reduce a person to just a stomach and a foot wrapped around it, that's basically what we're talking about.
I at the science center where I volunteer, they have a touch tank, and in the touch tank is a channeled whelk, which is a sea snail, and like that's one of the facts that I'll say about it. It is like, this is his foot, and kids are always like, that's its foot. I'm like,
If
yeah,
any if anyone's curious about the word gastropod, by the way, it's literally Greek for stomach foot.
yeah,
It's not it doesn't it gets right to the core of it. You know exactly what you're getting.
those good Greeks.
Yeah, they had a lot of fun naming stuff. So snails and slugs really both move by rhythmic waves of muscular contractions on the underside of the foot. And then, of course, famously, they secrete a layer of mucus to travel on, which helps, helps it glide across surfaces and also prevents damage to the tissue.
Of
So,
course.
yeah, and that's exactly how I get around too.
Yeah.
Um, and as I said before, some slugs have an internal vestigial shell. Wow, what's in there? Never know what's inside there.
That's where they
So
keep their secrets.
that's where they keep their secret anus. So
No,
no,
just their secrets.
fine then, keep your secrets. Um, so slugs are estimated to have existed in their current species for somewhere between 545 million and 581 million years ago. So it is kind of hard to say that they were ever discovered. um,
What
they've
is
kind of
how old are trees?
How old are trees? Older than that.
Well, I know
But
there were like sharks are from before trees.
yeah, they are. I believe like, and let me get a reference point for
I'm
us. So
googling when were trees. That doesn't seem to be getting what I.
yeah, so that's what I thought. All right, so dinosaurs became extinct around 65 million years ago. Now remember that 581 million years ago, slugs were still hanging around, relatively the same as they are now.
Right.
Um, and dinosaurs are like much closer to us in history than most of these animals here like this.
Yeah.
Um, Spooky, dude. But
Spooky, dude.
and this is cool because I was thinking like our ancient ancestors, the Neanderthals, were like hanging around with slugs just like us today, just like we do.
They were their only friends.
Mm-hmm. So as far as like reproduction and behavior kind of stuff, the body is made up mostly of water, which they are just like us for real.
For real, for real.
For real, for real. And so they don't have that full-size shell like their snail counterparts, their cousins over. Do you think that the snails are like their cool cousins? Like, is that kind of the idea?
Yeah, they're like, God fucking damn it.
Yeah, like, oh, my cousin Jerry's coming over for Thanksgiving. He's a slug. Um, and doesn't that? I think he could be voiced by Jerry Seinfeld.
Mm.
Is how long do you think that we have left on this ticking time bomb clock before DreamWorks makes some sort of slug movie?
There's Turbo the snail.
That is true. Did DreamWorks make that?
I think it was Pixar, but they're all the same thing now.
Come on, not like this. Turbo the Snail. That can't have been a Pixar joint. Let me see.
Maybe it was Disney.
Let's see. That was a DreamWorks.
Oh,
Okay.
let's DreamWorks. Okay.
Stars Ryan Reynolds and Paul Giamatti.
What? Turbo
Michael
the
Pena,
snail
sorry.
is.
Yeah, no, sorry. Ryan Reynolds, Paul Giamatti, Michael Pena, Snoop Dogg, Maya Rudolph, Bill Hader, Luis Guzman, Ben Schwartz, Ken Jeong, and Samuel L. Jackson.
Wait,
What the fuck kind of cast is this?
is Ryan Reynolds the snail?
Right, let me see. I think Ryan Reynolds is Turbo, the titular snail.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Paul Giamatti is
Anyway.
Chet, Turbo's overprotective older brother and Byrne's boyfriend. I don't know who Byrne is. I love how every one of these characters gets a description until you get to the one female character, Maya Rudolph, and it just says Maya Rudolph as Byrne, a snail.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm closing the tab. So anyway,
Oh my god.
so like we said, they generate that protective mucus to survive out in the wild, and so that is why slugs. I'm sure you know this already. Like slugs are most active right after rain because everything's wet, much easier to travel around and collect food.
It's like worm.
Yeah, much like worms. So in drier conditions, they'll hide in damp places like under tree bark, fallen logs, other man-made structures, and they'll try to retain body moisture that way. So during development, they undergo torsion, which is a 180-degree twisting of their internal organs. And isn't that?
Snails do that.
Yeah. They I don't like that though. That they do that.
But yeah, no, I learned about that. They like completely their whole body like twists around.
Yeah.
I think all gastropods do that
I
actually.
think that might be true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
anyway, continue.
slugs can produce two different types of mucus. So one's like kind of thin and watery, and the other's thick and sticky. Both of these are, first vocabulary word, hygroscopic.
Hygroscopic.
Yeah. So it's not hydroscopic, it is hygroscopic, even though it is water related. So when something is hygroscopic, that means that it attracts water.
Mm-hmm.
So these slime trails actually collect water on them. But yeah, and the opposite of this word is hydrophobic. And so that's not like a person that's afraid of water. If a substance is hydrophobic, then water like repels away from it, like oil.
Mm-hmm.
So the thin mucus will spread from the foot center to the edges, and the thick mucus goes from the front to the back. So they've kind of got like a 4-point mucus attack going.
They've got it down.
Yeah, these guys. See, that's what I'm saying. These guys have been around for so long because they figured it out. They're literally skating through life.
Literally.
So yeah, the thick mucus coats the whole body of the animal, and the one that they secrete kind of helps it from slipping down surfaces. So you've seen them climb vertical surfaces. That is the thick, sticky mucus at work.
Mm.
So the slime trail that they leave behind has other effects. So other slugs coming across a slime trail can recognize the slime trail as one of their own species, which is useful for finding a mate.
Interesting. They just follow her slime trail.
Yeah. So you follow the slime trail, and then now this is a problem because other animals also are like, this is the slime trail, and I can follow this.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So interestingly, I found that body mucus provides some protection against predators because one, it makes them hard to pick up, but two, a lot of animals just kind of find them gross.
Mm.
Like the idea of
Same.
eating like this. Yeah, exactly. See, it's interesting because that's not typically like a reaction that animals have, where they're like, "Hey, this is icky. I don't want this."
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's interesting. That is kind of a defense mechanism for them. Some of the and by the way, I found out a fun fact about this species of slug, the Limax maximus, which is fucking great name. That is, by the way, that is Latin for biggest slug, and it is the second biggest slug.
Damn, they almost got it.
So they secrete the Limax maximus will secrete slime cords, and they'll suspend them and their partner together when copulating. They basically just make a sex swing out of mucus. It's not just us, guys. They're just like us for real.
I did look up why salt hurts them.
I would like to know that actually, because I didn't find that. Check it.
Yeah, it literally, like, all it is that it draws water out of their skin, and they dehydrate and die.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, it's not any sort of chemical reaction, it's just the fact that, as you said, they're so dependent on water.
Is the really sad emotional scene at the end of Turbo, like, right before the victory part, like, does he get caught in salt, and he's, like, drying up?
God, I hope not.
That sounds so scary, dude. I don't know if I want to see that. Um, like worms and a few other creatures, a lot of invertebrates are like this. Slugs are hermaphroditic, which means that um, they have both male and female reproductive organs. So, like calling slugs either male or female is not really correct. They are just sort of slugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they all have male and female reproductive organs. So there aren't really any like. So really, when we're talking about Ryan Reynolds as Turbo, you know, he's hiding his eggs right below the surface.
If they're under his shell.
They're under his shell, which is inside of his body.
Yep.
Okay,
Just underneath the surface.
underneath. So yeah, I will say this is not one of my favorite reproduction cycles. If I had to rank them, how would you rank them so far?
I am not. You go first.
Oh no, I wanted you to do it so I would know what to say.
No.
Um. Anyway, so what happens though is basically they will locate a mate and they'll sort of twist their bodies together and will like the genitalia will like protrude out of the body and then like interlock and they'll just sort of plug into each other.
It's a
And
good
then
way to describe it.
yeah, you know, I think that's like Avatar with the blue people.
Oh God.
They sort of plug in together and but anyway, they'll inject so this is crazy actually. I was surprised by this part. There is not like one like giver of DNA and one receiver. Like they'll both inject sperm into each other and it will both fertilize each other's eggs. And then they'll both go have a different crop of babies that are all like I guess, you know, siblings.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Imagine
that's
if
wild,
that's how
dude.
humans did it.
I don't want to. But they'll lay around 30 eggs in a hole in the ground a few days later, and then cover it up with like you know a leaf or something like that, kind of like keep them undergroundish, and then they'll hatch, and that's exciting. These unfortunately slugs are kind of on their own. They are not.
No
I would say,
parental care.
yeah, not a lot of parental care coming down. Um, so this is insane, and I hate talking about it, but I have to. I have a civic duty to tell the good people out there that banana slugs the penis will become trapped in the partner sometimes, so the slug will turn around and chew its own penis off to escape.
Oh Jesus.
But then after they've discarded the penises that they are no longer using, they can still actually mate by using just the female parts of the reproductive system, which
Hey
is
man. I mean that's pretty resourceful.
life finds a way.
Life.
Um, and slugs will usually live for like around 1 year. So, uh, it varies from species to species, but like it generally is around a year. So if you've got a pet slug, I mean, like keep an eye out.
Ooh.
Also get a different pet.
Hey,
Hey,
we don't judge people on their pet wants.
you're right. Hold on, Ellie, come back. She's stolen something. All right. Well, this is a good point for our animal encounter, which I had a very good time looking at. Hold on, pull it up here. Slugs. Wow, race fans in Joyce. All right, so this,
It's Turbo for real.
yeah. Race fans in Joyce were treated to. I don't know where this. I think it's in Washington State, I believe. Were treated to a real nail biter this year at the annual Extreme Slug Racing event at the Joyce Family Kitchen. So the first race went to Elvis, a slug sponsored by Vivian Hansen of Port Angeles, who is also a customer service supervisor at the Peninsula Daily News, which is where I'm reading this.
Wonderful.
Yeah, she fucking rigged the race, dude. Who took an early lead and never looked back. But it was the second race that got the crowd to their feet, Nugent said. Seattle Spew, a large banana slug, went neck to antenna down to the wire with Slug-a-War, a small but feisty leopard slug. Crowds cheered as the Seattle Spew took the last stretch and won by a nose. Seattle Spew went on to win the third race, dominating this year's field of banana slugs, leopard slugs, black and brown arions, and a reticulated tail dropper. Yo, reticulated tail dropper's a good name.
Do snails have noses?
I guess if you look at it and you're like, that's the nose, and you just kind of point at the front of it, like. Okay, so in an unprecedented move, race officials reacted to the crowd chants and ran a fourth heat, which was won by Kiki, a slide-in entry from a pair of young sisters, Madeline and Una.
Oh, they just found her on the side of the road in the last 5
I
minutes.
think I imagine this is like two like 8-year-old girls that are like outside on the road, like,
Yeah.
and they like found a slug. Like, we got to get this thing to the slug race, dude. This is a winner. Um, so this event is held every year at the Family Kitchen in Joyce to benefit Clallaham County Fire District 4. So $802 was raised at the races.
Hey,
Okay, that's not $0, and was
no.
added to the $1,919 raised at the bake sale. Okay,
Wow.
well,
The big sale did a little bit better, but
it looks like they did a bake sale at the slug race.
oh, okay.
No slugs were harmed during the races, and all were released back to their natural habitats.
Scarred but not forgotten.
Jesus.
I had
Anyway.
friends who did this at a party, but it was with the worms.
Who won?
I don't know. I wasn't there. One of the worms, I think.
You would think so, but like I feel like if you set down like a worm and you're like get to the finish line, like the chances that the worm moves in the right direction are like nearly zero.
I know. I think that's what made it so funny. I think it was like something that like was happening over the entire night, and people would just check up on it. It wasn't like everybody was like standing there waiting.
I would be there. I would be watching.
Honestly, I'm sure that's how it started.
This has reminded me of one of the best YouTube channels that exists, which is Gems Marble Rollers.
Oh yes, yep.
Yes, please check them out. This guy puts so much work into all of these videos, and I don't feel like he gets nearly enough appreciation. They're basically like fake Olympics where all the like a bunch of different colored marbles are different countries, but like it's done very straight faced and
Oh
like
yeah.
very good production value.
I watched all of one season, and I had a team, and it was great, and we bought T-shirts. Actually, though, I was the Merry Momos because the Momos and the Merry Mos, like one of them got disqualified or something, so then they had to combine together, so they were the Merry
Aw.
Momos, and they were the best. And unfortunately, well, I don't know, maybe they did win. You'll have to
Yeah,
watch it.
we'll have to find out. All right, so back to it. We're talking about the ecology a little bit now. So most species of slugs are kind of general feeders. They'll basically just eat whatever comes into their path.
Yeah.
Um, they'll eat leaves from living plants, dead plants. They'll have lichens, mushrooms. They'll even eat carrion sometimes. So like leftover meat that is like leftover from when predators have killed other animals. Like they'll just slide right on in there and eat it. Like not
They know what
really.
they're about.
Yeah, all they do is eat. I was about to say sleep, but I don't even know if they do that. Like, are you ever sleeping if what your waking hours are spent just sliding around?
I mean,
Like,
that would be pretty cool.
I think you're. I think if you're I think I think the snail and the slug, they live like a simple life. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, and I think that comes without. I think when you take away the backbone from a creature, your life becomes pretty simple.
They're definitely cowards, am I right?
Yeah, ho ho. Speaking of being cowards, their natural predators are all animals. Yikes.
Oh no.
Yeah. So this is actually wildly unusual, but slugs are preyed upon by virtually every major vertebrate group. So there are examples among reptiles, birds, mammals, amphibians, and fish. Pretty much any animal can sometimes be a predator of a slug. It just kind of depends what runs into it and what wants to eat it.
Sometimes slugs just go into other creatures' mouths.
Yeah, they'll just slide on in, dude.
They don't know.
Yeah, they don't know. Many invertebrates will actually feed on slugs as well. So there's actually a good number of beetles and other larger insects that will just kind of slurp them up.
Yum.
Yum. Sort of a Lion King situation.
Ugh. I hate
Bro,
that.
you don't like the grubs?
No. I always hated that part of that movie. Makes me bleh.
Slugs are parasited by several organisms, including Acari and a wide variety of nematodes. You may remember them from SpongeBob.
Yes.
The slug mite is also known to parasitize several dozen species of mollusks. So I would say slugs are like pretty commonly affected by parasites, which leads us to a good general knowledge segment here. We're going to learn about the different kinds of symbiotes.
Woo!
All right,
Symbiotic.
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 I have brought some examples from pop culture to help us along. So,
Nice.
Symbiosis is basically any situation in the wild where two animals sort of team up, whether it's against one of their will or not.
Well, then they're. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So we'll get to it. So there's three kinds of symbiosis. There's mutualism, commensalism, and parasitism. The one everyone is obviously most familiar with is a parasite. But mutualism is a mutually beneficial relationship where both of the organisms benefit. So they do actually do like a purposeful squat up, when they roll out together.
They do a little high five handshake.
Yeah, like in Fortnite, if the kid for the kids. So
they do a little Fortnite dance together.
Yeah, one of the classic examples of mutualism is anemones. Oh boy. Anemones and clownfish. So the clownfish will get food scraps from the anemone and uses the stinging cells of the anemone for protection. Then the anemone will get the algal cover that it cleans off of the clownfish and will absorb nutrients from the waste from the clownfish. So like both of the organisms benefit very well in this situation, which is why clownfish are almost always like exclusively living inside an enemy. Because they actually can't feel the sting of an enemy, but nearly every other predator can.
Which, fun fact, there's also a sea slug that does that, although I think it's more of the one benefit, but
okay. Yeah, so you may remember Finding Nemo, of course. Marlin and Nemo live in an anemone, and when predators come by, they have to hide inside it as they come past so they can't get them. So Marlin's reluctant to venture in the ocean to leave the safety of the anemone behind.
Yay.
So sad. But then they do find Nemo at the end. Rest assured.
Spoilers.
What if they had called the movie Losing Nemo and they just like didn't find him?
Oh no.
So commensalism is loosely defined as a symbiotic relationship in which one organism benefits and another one is unaffected. So a real life example of that is cattle egrets and cattle, appropriately named cattle egrets. They're a type of bird. So cattle, obviously, as they graze, they stir up insects. You've seen flies buzzing around cows all the time, I'm sure. And the cattle egrets will literally just perch on top of the cattle and just eat the insects right off of them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a good deal for the egrets, and they do not have really any interaction with the cattle. So it's like, whatever. So,
do you know that butterflies will sometimes drink animals' tears?
What?
Yeah.
That sounds crazy.
They'll land on an animal and drink its tears. They'll also eat dead bodies.
Ooh. I don't think I know what butterfly is. Maybe we should do that one next.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so you know Spider-Man?
Yes.
Yes. So you probably know the symbiote from Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. So when it finds a human host, it becomes Venom, obviously. But this is actually a better example of commensalism, because Eddie Brock actually gains superpowers from this connection. And while, he does become like a little more violent and stuff like that, the symbiote is basically just kind of a passenger that is along for the ride. And Eddie Brock basically benefits from this connection while this symbiote just kind of hangs around.
Well, the symbiote can be alive and do things.
Yeah, there's like, I saw an argument online, of course, about whether Venom is a more an example of a parasite or commensalism, but I'm more inclined towards the commensalism angle personally, because I don't think that Venom like actually pulls like I think the reason that Venom is so angry is because Eddie Brock is like a shitty person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then every time he attaches to Peter Parker, it's when he's already attached to Eddie Brock, and he's like carrying over all that shittiness with him. Like, I think if the symbiote like dropped to Earth and just jumped on you, it would just be like, all right, let's do some Venom stuff and just jump around.
Well, I thought it gave you an irrational anger. I
It
thought
might.
that was
I'd
like
have to look
part of
back
it.
into it. Yeah.
But
So
anyway,
anyway,
this is something
this is
about
yeah. I
Spider-Man.
was about to say this is all fake anyway, so whatever. Um, Venom isn't real. He
What?
can't hurt you.
Oh,
And then
right, hurt me.
yeah, parasites are one where the animal joins another one against its will and benefits while the other suffers. So obvious example we all know about is the tapeworm. It lives in it lives in the stomach of another animal, and then whenever the host eats something, it absorbs the nutrients from that food and weakens the host. Um,
Mhm.
Pretty much very straightforward there. And my example for this is Alien. If you
Oh
remember that
yeah.
the xenomorph larvae actually can't hatch on their own. They have to be injected into another creature and use the nutrients in the body warmth to hatch from the egg and become a tiny little alien. A
And
little bit of
spew out of the man's chest.
little bit of chest bursting in that one. Again, not real to the best of my knowledge, but probably more real than Venom.
Yeah, I mean probably
If
actually.
I had to rank the things that we've talked about today in terms of how real they are, I would put this at number 2. Um, all right, so yeah, getting on to our last bit here, habitat for humility. Talking about our human relationship with slugs. I would say that we have a tenuous relationship at best.
Yeah, I wouldn't say slugs are very high on the they're so cute and I'll give money for them scale.
Exactly. So the great majority of slug species are pretty much completely harmless to humans and human interests, but there are a very few species that are serious pests for agriculture.
Hmm.
Um, they can destroy foliage faster than plants can grow, and they can kill even very large plants in this way. They also feed on fruits and vegetables before they're harvested. They make holes in the crops, and they can make those pretty much unsuitable to sell, and also more vulnerable to rot and disease. Have you ever bought any slug fruit?
No. What is slug fruit?
No, I'm just saying fruit that has a slug in it.
Oh.
Like when
Honestly, probably. I feel
you
like
know,
I had an apple once that had a slug in it.
yeah, you know what I mean though. When you like buy an apple and then like a worm like pops out of the side and he's wearing like glasses and a graduation cap
Mm-hmm. Every day.
every day. It's not every day, but it is most days.
You don't have an apple every single day?
No, it's like I would say it's like 9 out of 10 chance that there's a like highly intelligent worm living in the apple.
Yeah. A worm who just got to his degree.
Yeah. So, what is the image I'm thinking of? Is it why? And also, why is that like such a prevalent image in like elementary school textbooks?
It's a book series. And there's like little people, they're like little like people in cars. I'll show you, I'll look it up.
Okay. So in a few rare cases, humans have developed meningitis from eating raw slugs. So don't do that. I shouldn't
Yeah,
have to tell you
good.
to not eat a raw slug.
How long would it take you to uh like how much would you have to be starving to like
To eat a
eat
raw
a
slug?
eat a raw slug?
Um, I think death, probably.
Right before death? Or not even?
I don't know. Like, I feel like with a slug, I would be. It's one of those things where I would look at it and be like, I feel like this is going to be poisonous anyway. Like, I'm going to die from eating this. You know, I don't know. It's not like it's because it's so gross specifically, but like, I feel like if yeah, I would have to, I think I'd have to be like on my deathbed, to eat a slug like that. Cause like, I know that by cooking them, at least you can like basically drain whatever poisons out of them. But like, yeah, they can be extremely dangerous to humans if they're uncooked. So
Yeah, don't do that. Oh,
don't
I'm sorry. There is a little worm in a worm book or in a kid's book, but I'm thinking of a different thing.
think it.
It seems that it's just because it's bookworm, so they're smart. That's
Yeah,
why.
I think.
You ever read these books when you were younger?
Let me see. This does look familiar. I was thinking of a different worm altogether, though.
No, I
But
know. I'm
this
saying I
looks
think
familiar.
where that one comes from is
I do
just
like this.
because just because they're
Oh, that was a
considered.
Richard Scarry production. Okay. Yeah. No, I like that. Yeah, I like this guy. Everyone, go to your local bookstore and purchase "What Do People Do All Day" by Richard Scarry, and you can see one of these cool little guys rolling around in there.
I
Um,
looked at the cover of this book so much when I was a kid.
it looks neat. So yeah, don't eat a raw slug. Live slugs that are accidentally eaten with improperly cleaned vegetables, like lettuce or improperly cooked slugs, obviously, because there's a you may know that in some parts of the world, they banana slugs are like a delicacy. Um, I feel like I've seen something like one of those international travel shows, like an Anthony Bourdain or some adjacent thing, where like they went somewhere and there was like I think it was cooked, but like it was like a gigantic banana slug just like on a leaf, and they're like, here you go. It's like, all
Mm,
right, I don't
yeah.
know. Um, can I get some salt? Oh no, oh no.
What would you say America's delicate? Like, I mean, I guess America's so big you can't really say like the delicacy, but like, what would you
We have like a few things that don't.
like
I would say.
bagels?
Uh,
That's just the
God.
Northeast.
I would say like
Barbecue.
maybe that's like New York. Yeah, like if you say with like what is. Yeah, no, I would say like if you group it off into like sections of America, I would probably say like maybe like Midwest would be like barbecue, and like down here, I don't know if it's like a delicacy, but like we have like signature dishes though. Like we have like low country boil. We have a lot of like seafood stuff that doesn't exist elsewhere.
I guess like our delicacies are more other countries' things. It's like
Yeah,
caviar, I guess would be like the delicacy, but that's not even like ours. But I guess what in America is actually American.
there's a good number of food things that are like from native stuff. Like mashed potatoes is actually one thing.
No, I know, but I mean like in the sense of like
Right.
what is American or whatever.
How I have a joke that I use at parties. Hold on. Imagine that I'm holding a glass of brandy and I'm like kind of swilling it around, and I have a monocle. All right. What is the difference between America and a cup of yogurt?
What?
If you leave a cup of yogurt alone for 200 years, it'll develop a culture. And then I drink the brandy. Um, So anyway, so in some parts of the world, consuming slugs is like an accepted practice, where in some other regions it is considered like taboo. Um, and I think that also stems from the fact that like it's very easy to not cook one of these properly and get sick or poisoned from it. So some communities in the Pacific Northwest and in Alaska, slugs are very abundant, and they're actually part of their like traditional like normal diets there.
Mhm.
Um, those are cooked though, so again, just don't eat. Like if you were determined to eat a slug, like just cook it, please. Like I shouldn't have to tell you this.
I feel like once you cook a slug, like I really wonder how much of
How much of that slug is still in there?
like it's mostly water. So what did they just come out like a little string bean?
Just like deflate.
Like they're just like tiny and like hard and weird. I don't know.
Yeah. Um. Well, you know what? Somebody shoot us an email.
We
Tell us
don't
how.
have an email. We need to make an email.
Yeah. Whatever. DM me. DM me pictures of slugs you've eaten. Slugs are also, like I said, nowhere near being endangered, and in fact, there are too many in the world to attempt to count. It is estimated, though, that only 5% of slugs are ever above ground at once. So, scientists have found that, like, certain plots of land can sometimes contain thousands of slugs per square foot.
It sounds like a threat.
This food looks like a threat, too.
It kind of looks like teriyaki chicken.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe beef or something, but yeah, it doesn't immediately jump out to me as this is a slug. Um, I imagine they're stringy.
Mm.
I'm
You know
also a
what?
vegetarian,
I'd
so like
try one.
I wouldn't, but
For the you have to do it for the culture, Nero. The
yeah, it's a,
culture.
it's a banana slug, so it's a fruit. Um,
Ooh.
all right. So anyway, there's too many slugs. Eat up. Hashtag slug life.
Hashtag.
All right. Well, that's about what we've got. Do you have something happy you want to say about slugs?
Um, I mean, they're like relatively kind of cute as long as they're like kind of far away from me and not on me. um, I do kind of want to watch the movie Turbo now.
I kind of also want to watch the movie Turbo, so we may We may do that and get back to you guys next week on our thoughts on the movie Turbo, which I'm assuming did not do well in theaters.
I don't think so.
Just based on what I know about DreamWorks Productions. Let me check here. Turbo film, 2013 movie. Okay, box office. This movie cost 127 million dollars and made back 282. So did not
Just
do super well.
$282.
$282. Yeah. So wow, there's an accolades section.
So everybody go watch Turbo, even though he's a snail and not a slug.
The only award they won was the Black Reel Awards for best voice performance for Samuel L. Jackson, which I think might be some sort of
What?
yeah, it's an award ceremony for black actors. So Samuel L. Jackson won a best voice.
I didn't even know he was in that movie. Did you say him when you listed him?
I did.
Oh,
yeah.
I missed that somehow.
Yeah, because there were so many good actors. It's like, what do I do? And I actually don't even think I mentioned that Michelle Rodriguez is in it, our Fast and Furious friend.
I just heard Snoop Dogg, Ryan Reynolds, and Paul Giamatti.
Yeah,
and,
what a fucking team though.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Wait, hold on.
Was this coming off the success of Cars?
This was in 2013, so they would have began production around in 2010. So let's see when Cars came out.
Well, it'd be like the fourth one or whatever.
Cars 1 came out in 2006. Cars 2 was in 2011. There's a kind of a gap there. Interesting. A gap that Turbo was trying desperately to fill.
But then, booyah, here came Cars 3.
So, did you know there's a TV show spinoff called Turbo Fast that was a Netflix original? That they yeah, Ken Jeong reprised his role for this, but nobody else did.
Oof.
I like Ken Jeong because he seems like the kind of guy that would like, if you asked him to be in something, he's gonna show up.
He's just like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, whatever. I'm not doing anything. But yeah, this is animated quite poorly. I would not recommend this television series. Okay, well, anyway, everyone, go watch Turbo, and it looks like it's on Amazon Prime right now, so make sure to check that out. And yes, 67% on Rotten Tomatoes, not bad. That's better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, honestly.
Wow, I like this tagline a lot. He's fast, they're furious.
Hell yeah. They knew what they were doing.
And they still put Michelle Rodriguez in it. Okay. Well, yeah, let's wrap it up. So, yeah, make sure you find us on all the bullshits. We're on
every single one.
Every single one of them. No, we do have a Twitter though at Animal Genius Pod, and then Animal Genius World on Instagram, and then you can remember you can tell your friends to find us at whatever podcatcher they would like. I believe we're on all the major ones now, and even some of the small boys. So we're on like Overcast, Radio Box, Pocket Heads,
Pocket Cast.
Pocket Cast is a real one, but yeah, we're also on that one. So yeah, and let us know if you have so on Spotify there is a thing where you can actually like just write a message to us and it'll like show up on our like my little like dashboard for the podcast about like it says like what animal would you like us to do next. So yeah, if you have an idea, throw it in there and or comment somewhere or whatever. But
or just say hi.
Or just say hi. Oh, also, if you are an Apple person, you have the iPhone in your hand, the power of Steve Jobs, then you should go to the Apple Podcast Store and give us 5 stars if you like what we're doing here. And if you don't like what we're doing here, then forget what I said.
Buzz off.
Buzz off. Can that be our ending phrase? Buzz off.
Buzz off.
It's so bad.
It's like a
I know it's like a B. Don't.
Okay, that's it.
I'm gonna. No, that can't be the end of it. Hold on. I'm gonna just.
Oh, that's great. What do you mean? I liked that.
It's aggressive too, and
it just ends with us laughing.
Do you think that? Do you want? But like I'm saying, we need to develop something that works every time. Like, do you not want to like have like a thing where it's like, I don't know. It's more like holistic, because like.
No, I know, but I mean we're thinking of it in the podcast is probably not the way to go. We should have a conversation about it on our own
We're
time.
not gonna know if it sounds good till we say it. So
Okay. Definitely can't talk in any other times than right now.
All right, buzz off.
Buzz Aldrin. Right.
Did you say Buzz Alderaan, like the Star Wars planet?
Aldrin. Isn't it Aldrin?
Aldrin.
Aldrin.
Yeah.
I thought it was Aldrin.
You said Alderaan, which is, I think, a Star Wars planet. So.
Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz Alderaan, everyone. it's Hawaiian for goodbye. All right. We gotta go. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay, and stop. How do I stop you? I keep forgetting how to stop him, dude.
That could be our sign off, Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though. When you like buy an apple and then like a worm like pops out of the side and he's wearing like glasses and a graduation cap.
Mm-hmm.